This single production line transforms 800 kilograms of Swiss chocolate into 40,000 triangular Toblerone bars every hour. Each mountain peak must reach exactly 23 millimeters tall. A single millimeter deviation ruins the iconic silhouette that's defined this chocolate since 1908. Today, we follow every step inside Switzerland's most secretive chocolate operation to reveal how they achieve perfect geometry 7 million times per day. The Toblerone factory in Bern produces over 2.5 billion bars annually. That's enough triangular chocolate to circle the Earth 4 times if laid end to end. What makes this bar unique isn't just its shape. Hidden inside each triangle is honey almond nougat, a recipe unchanged for over a century. The triangular peaks represent the Matterhorn, Switzerland's most famous mountain. But replicating that geometry in chocolate requires engineering precision most confectioners never attempt. 3 ingredients define the Toblerone difference: Swiss milk chocolate, Mediterranean honey, and California almonds. Getting them to merge perfectly requires temperatures controlled to within half a degree. Every bar follows an identical path through 9 production stages. From raw cocoa to wrapped triangle, the journey takes exactly 4 hours. The journey begins with cocoa beans arriving from West Africa in 25-kilogram sacks. Each shipment undergoes Swiss quality certification before entering the facility. Switzerland imports every gram of cocoa it uses. The country has no cocoa plantations, yet produces the world's most famous chocolate through perfected processing techniques. Cocoa butter and cocoa mass arrive pre-processed from certified suppliers. These foundational ingredients determine the smoothness and snap of the finished chocolate. Swiss milk powder sits in climate-controlled silos. The Alpine dairy gives Toblerone its characteristic creamy sweetness that distinguishes Swiss chocolate worldwide. Sugar arrives in massive crystalline shipments. Each granule must dissolve completely during conching, or customers will detect unwanted grittiness. The honey comes from Mediterranean apiaries. This golden syrup provides the distinctive sweetness that separates Toblerone from ordinary chocolate bars. California almonds arrive blanched and ready for roasting. Their nutty crunch creates texture contrast against the smooth chocolate coating. Before any ingredient enters production, laboratory technicians test for moisture content, microbial counts, and flavor profiles. A single contaminated batch could compromise an entire day's output. Computer systems track every ingredient from arrival to final product. Traceability allows engineers to identify exactly which components created any individual bar. The almonds travel to roasting ovens where heat transforms their flavor. Raw almonds taste bland and vegetal. Roasted almonds develop the toasted richness Toblerone requires. Roasting temperatures reach 140 degrees Celsius for exactly 18 minutes. Longer roasting creates bitter notes. Shorter leaves the almonds underdeveloped. The cooled almonds pass through choppers that reduce them to precise fragments. Toblerone's recipe specifies exactly what size pieces appear in the finished nougat. Meanwhile, in separate cooking kettles, the nougat production begins. This honey almond confection requires its own complex manufacturing process. Honey and sugar combine in heated vessels, cooking to precisely 121 degrees Celsius. This temperature creates the chewy yet brittle texture nougat demands. Egg whites are whipped separately until stiff peaks form. When folded into the hot syrup, they create the aerated structure that makes nougat light yet satisfying. The chopped almonds join the mixture at exactly the right moment. Add them too early and they sink. Too late, and they won't bond with the nougat matrix. The finished nougat spreads across cooling tables where it sets into slabs. Workers score the surface to create portions that will fit precisely inside each chocolate triangle. Once cooled, the nougat slabs travel to cutting machines. Rotating blades slice them into the exact dimensions needed for embedding within the chocolate bars. In the chocolate hall, massive melting tanks hold over 5,000 kilograms of liquid chocolate each. The brown rivers flowing through this facility never stop moving. Cocoa butter, cocoa mass, milk powder, and sugar feed into conching machines. These devices will transform grainy ingredients into silky smooth chocolate over the next 12 hours. Conching was invented in Switzerland in 1879. The process involves heating and aerating chocolate continuously until particle sizes become undetectable by the human tongue. Temperature during conching never exceeds 50 degrees Celsius. Higher heat would destroy the delicate cocoa butter crystals that give finished chocolate its glossy appearance. After 12 hours, the conched chocolate flows to holding tanks. But it's still not ready for molding. The most critical step lies ahead. Tempering determines everything. Untempered chocolate sets soft and gray with white bloom. Properly tempered chocolate snaps cleanly and gleams under light. The tempering machines cycle chocolate through precise temperature stages. First heating to 45 degrees, then cooling to 27, then reheating to 31. This thermal cycling aligns cocoa butter crystals into stable formations. Only one crystal type, called Form 5, produces the perfect snap and shine Toblerone demands. Technicians test tempered chocolate continuously. A small sample spread on marble should set within 3 minutes with uniform gloss. Any variation triggers immediate adjustment. The tempered chocolate now flows toward the molding lines. Maintaining exact temperature during transfer prevents the careful crystal structure from collapsing. But first, the nougat must be positioned. Automated systems deposit precisely weighed nougat pieces into holding channels that feed the molding machines. Each nougat portion weighs exactly 6 grams for a standard 100-gram bar. Heavier pieces throw off the chocolate-to-nougat ratio customers expect. The production floor hums with synchronized activity. 8 separate lines operate simultaneously, each dedicated to different bar sizes from mini triangles to 400-gram giants. Supervisors monitor real-time displays showing output rates, temperature variations, and quality metrics. Any deviation triggers alerts before defective bars reach packaging. The chocolate temperature drops by even 2 degrees during transfer. Emergency protocols activate. Workers have 90 seconds to restore proper conditions or halt the line. Mold preparation happens continuously in parallel. Polycarbonate molds with triangular cavities circulate through cleaning and conditioning stations before receiving chocolate. Each mold contains cavities for 12 bars, arranged in 2 rows. The triangular peaks point alternately up and down to maximize mold efficiency. Mold temperature must match chocolate temperature exactly. Cold molds cause premature crystallization. Warm molds prevent proper setting. Both ruin the surface finish. The molds reach their positions beneath the chocolate depositors. Every element now aligns for the transformation that defines Toblerone's identity. What happens in the next 45 seconds determines whether this chocolate becomes an iconic Swiss triangle or waste material destined for reprocessing. The depositors descend. Precisely calibrated nozzles release the first layer of tempered chocolate into each triangular cavity. This base layer will support the nougat above. Vibrating tables shake the freshly filled molds. This action removes air bubbles trapped in the chocolate that would create holes in the finished bars. The chocolate spreads evenly, climbing the angled walls of each triangular peak. Surface tension pulls the liquid into every microscopic detail of the mold geometry. Automated depositors now place the nougat portions. Each honey almond piece lands precisely centered in its chocolate bed, positioned by robotic accuracy. The nougat must not touch the mold walls. A chocolate barrier between nougat and mold ensures the finished bar presents pure chocolate on every visible surface. A second chocolate layer flows over the nougat, encasing it completely. This final deposition determines the bar's total weight and chocolate-to-nougat ratio. The molds vibrate again, merging the 2 chocolate layers and eliminating any air pockets trapped around the nougat. Seamless fusion creates structural integrity. Scraper blades pass over each mold, removing excess chocolate from the surface. This creates the flat bottom that allows finished bars to stand upright in packaging. The filled molds enter cooling tunnels measuring over 40 meters long. Temperature drops gradually from 31 degrees to 8 degrees over 22 minutes. Rapid cooling would shock the chocolate, creating internal stress fractures. Gradual temperature reduction allows the crystal structure to stabilize uniformly throughout each bar. The first cooling zone drops temperature by just 3 degrees. Cocoa butter crystals begin their final solidification, locking the triangular shape permanently. By zone 3, the chocolate has contracted slightly, beginning to separate from the mold walls. This shrinkage is essential for clean demolding ahead. The final cooling zone brings the bars to 8 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, the chocolate achieves maximum hardness while remaining above the dew point to prevent condensation. The molds emerge from cooling into the demolding station. Mechanical fingers grip each mold while pneumatic systems prepare to release the chocolate. Demolding requires precise force. Too gentle and bars stick, too aggressive and triangular peaks snap off. The system applies exactly calculated pressure pulses. The molds invert over the receiving conveyor. A sharp tap releases the bars, and 12 perfect Toblerone triangles drop onto the belt simultaneously. The newly born bars gleam under inspection lights. Their surfaces should display mirror-like gloss with no dull patches indicating poor temper or bloom. Each peak rises exactly 23 millimeters from base to tip. This precise geometry creates the distinctive silhouette recognizable worldwide. The empty molds continue their circuit, returning to the cleaning station where they'll be prepared for another filling cycle within minutes. Meanwhile, the chocolate bars advance toward their first quality checkpoint. Vision systems photograph every bar from multiple angles within milliseconds. The cameras detect surface defects invisible to human eyes. Air bubbles, cracks, or incomplete filling trigger automatic rejection before the bar progresses further. Rejected bars drop through trapdoors into collection bins. The chocolate will be remelted and reprocessed, but the nougat cannot be recovered and becomes waste. Accepted bars continue to weight verification stations. Scales accurate to 1/10 of a gram confirm each bar meets its labeled weight within legal tolerances. A standard 100-gram bar must weigh between 98 and 103 grams. Heavier bars waste chocolate. Lighter bars violate consumer protection laws. The bars now enter a temperature stabilization chamber. Rising from cooled state to room temperature must happen gradually to prevent moisture condensation. Condensation forms when cold chocolate meets humid air. Water droplets on the surface cause sugar bloom, leaving white spots that ruin visual appeal. After 15 minutes of conditioning, the bars emerge at stable room temperature. Their surfaces remain perfectly glossy, ready for the wrapping machines ahead. The production line has now created over 600 bars in the last 90 seconds, each one identical to the template established in 1908. Human inspectors spot check bars randomly from the flow. They examine surface quality, break bars to verify nougat distribution, and taste samples for flavor consistency. The broken bars reveal nougat position. Centered pieces indicate proper production. Off-center nougat suggests depositor calibration needs adjustment. Tasters evaluate chocolate texture, sweetness balance, and nougat crunch. Their palates detect variations that instruments cannot measure, but customers would notice. Every batch must match the master flavor profile. Deviations trigger investigation into ingredient sources or processing parameters that cause the shift. The bars passing all inspections now carry invisible approval. Their journey from raw cocoa to finished triangle has taken exactly 3 hours and 40 minutes. Packaging lines wait ahead, ready to wrap each triangle in its protective golden foil. But the chocolate must reach exact temperature before foil contact. Cold bars cause foil to crack during folding. Warm bars soften and smear against the wrapper. Only bars at precisely 20 degrees Celsius wrap cleanly. The bars align single file entering the wrapping machines. Spacing must remain exact or multiple bars jam the folding mechanisms. Golden aluminum foil unfurls from massive rolls above the wrapping heads. Each roll contains enough material to wrap over 50,000 individual triangles. The foil serves multiple purposes. It blocks light that degrades chocolate, prevents moisture absorption, and creates the iconic golden appearance customers recognize instantly. Wrapping machines fold the foil in 12 precise creases, creating an origami envelope that hugs every triangular peak while leaving the mountain tips exposed. Heat sealers crimp the foil edges, locking the wrapper permanently without adhesives. The seal must withstand shipping stresses yet open easily for consumers. The foil-wrapped bars now receive their outer cardboard sleeves. These triangular boxes transform simple chocolate into instantly recognizable gifts. The cardboard arrives pre-printed with the Matterhorn logo and golden Swiss design. No two-stage printing required, just precise folding around each bar. The sleeve's triangular shape mirrors the chocolate inside. This geometric consistency reinforces brand recognition from store shelf to consumption moment. Sensors verify that every bar received complete packaging. Missing sleeves or misaligned wrappers trigger immediate rejection before the bar reaches final boxing. The fully wrapped bars now weigh exactly 112 grams including packaging. This total weight appears on shipping manifests and retail pricing systems. Laser printers mark batch codes and expiration dates onto each package. The codes compress production date, line number, and shift information into 12 characters. The expiration date sits 12 months from production. Properly stored, Toblerone maintains quality throughout this period without refrigeration. Every second, another 15 bars complete their packaging journey. The line produces over 50,000 finished units per hour at peak operation. From molten chocolate to wrapped triangle, the transformation takes exactly 4 hours. What began as separate ingredients now exists as Switzerland's most exported confection. The bars now enter their final destination before shipping. Retail cases await, ready to carry these golden triangles to stores across 140 countries. Robotic arms sort finished bars by variety and size. Different markets prefer different configurations, from single bars to gift multipacks. The 100-gram bars dominate production, representing 70% of output. But mini bars for duty-free shops require dedicated packaging lines. Multi-pack systems combine 6 or 12 bars into gift boxes. These premium configurations ship primarily during December, when Toblerone sales peak globally. Gift box artwork varies by destination country. Japanese packaging features different colors than European versions, reflecting local aesthetic preferences. Standard retail cases hold 24 bars arranged in 4 rows of 6. This configuration maximizes shelf display while minimizing shipping cube waste. Case erecting machines fold flat cardboard blanks into shipping containers. Each case weighs 3 kilograms when empty, nearly 4 when filled with chocolate. Filled cases travel through sealing stations where adhesive tape secures the flaps. The tape must resist humidity during ocean shipping to tropical markets. Label applicators stamp destination and content information onto each case. A single production shift might fill orders for 30 different countries simultaneously. Cases accumulate on staging conveyors organized by destination. Priority orders move immediately to loading docks while standard shipments buffer for consolidated transport. Palletizing robots stack cases in configurations optimized for each destination's container dimensions. European truck pallets differ from Asian shipping container layouts. Standard pallets hold 48 cases totaling over 1,200 individual bars. A single truck carries 20 pallets, nearly 25,000 triangles per shipment. Stretch wrap machines rotate plastic film around each pallet, binding the cases together and protecting against moisture during transport. Shipping documentation tracks every pallet from factory to final destination. GPS-enabled containers provide real-time location data throughout the journey. Temperature monitoring devices accompany shipments to sensitive markets. Chocolate arriving above 30 degrees Celsius faces rejection for quality compromise. Loading dock doors open to reveal waiting trucks. Swiss highways connect this factory to distribution hubs across Europe within hours. Forklifts load pallets with choreographed precision. Weight distribution matters. Heavier pallets toward the front prevent trailer instability during transport. Refrigerated containers handle shipments to tropical destinations. Middle Eastern and Southeast Asian markets require climate control throughout the journey. The factory ships to 140 countries across 6 continents. Only Antarctica lacks Toblerone distribution, though Swiss research stations occasionally receive special deliveries. Air freight handles urgent duty-free orders. Airport shops worldwide depend on reliable Toblerone supply, making air shipping worth the premium cost. Sea containers carry bulk shipments to distant markets. A 40-foot container holds over 400,000 individual bars, crossing oceans for 6 weeks. Regional distribution centers across Europe, Asia, and America break bulk shipments into retail orders. The supply chain extends over 15,000 kilometers from factory to furthest store. Retail partners receive shipments configured for immediate shelf placement. Cases arrive pre-arranged for display, minimizing store labor requirements. Duty-free shops represent Toblerone's highest volume single channel. Airports alone account for 15% of global sales concentrated in high-traffic terminals. The bars that began as Swiss chocolate this morning now sit on shelves spanning time zones from Zurich to Sydney. Their journey complete, they await the final consumer. From factory floor to store shelf, the entire distribution journey takes between 3 days for European markets and 6 weeks for transoceanic destinations. Throughout production, quality systems capture over 40,000 data points per hour. Artificial intelligence detects patterns invisible to human observation. Predictive algorithms identify equipment drift before failures occur. A tempering machine losing calibration triggers alerts 12 hours before producing defective chocolate. Every rejected bar feeds continuous improvement databases. Engineers trace patterns to root causes and implement permanent corrections across all production lines. Customer complaint tracking provides ultimate quality validation. Any bar reaching consumers that fails to satisfy triggers investigation protocols, traceable to exact production conditions. Retained samples from every batch remain frozen for 3 years. If quality questions arise, original production can be retested against current complaints. Accelerated aging tests subject bars to elevated temperatures for weeks, simulating months of shelf life. Any degradation reveals weaknesses before products reach markets. Third-party laboratories verify internal quality claims quarterly. Independent testing provides credibility that internal metrics alone cannot achieve. Food safety auditors inspect the facility unannounced throughout the year. Swiss and international certifications require demonstrated compliance at any moment. Environmental monitoring ensures cocoa sourcing meets sustainability standards. Toblerone's supply chain certification tracks beans from farm to factory. Water recycling systems process over 90% of production wastewater. What exits the facility exceeds Swiss environmental standards for purity. Energy efficiency programs have reduced electricity consumption by 40% while increasing production capacity. Swiss hydroelectric power provides renewable energy throughout the facility. Cocoa bean shells and processing waste become agricultural compost. The circular approach ensures virtually zero organic material reaches landfills. The quality systems protecting these bars represent over a century of refinement. Each improvement builds on lessons from billions of triangles produced since 1908. From cocoa farm to consumer's hand, quality guardians monitor every transition. The triangle in your pocket carries invisible guarantees of this Swiss precision. Every bar must meet the same standard whether purchased in Zurich or Zimbabwe. Global consistency defines the Toblerone promise across all markets. The transformation is complete. What began as cocoa beans, milk powder, honey, and almonds now exists as 40,000 perfect triangular bars per hour. Each bar contains 100 grams of Swiss chocolate, embracing 6 grams of honey almond nougat, shaped into peaks measuring exactly 23 millimeters tall. The 12-hour conching, the precise tempering, the geometric molding that creates these mountains happens 7 million times today alone. From raw cocoa to wrapped triangle, the journey takes 4 hours. Yet the traditions enabling this transformation span over 115 years of Swiss chocolate mastery. The next time you break off a Toblerone peak, consider the invisible precision behind that perfect snap. Thousands of workers, centuries of tradition, and engineering measured in millimeters. What appears as simple chocolate triangles are actually monuments to Swiss engineering. Each peak a Matterhorn in miniature, crafted with alpine precision. The chocolate inside will taste identical whether opened today or 11 months from now. That consistency is what Swiss chocolate mastery truly delivers. 2.5 billion bars per year, 140 countries. One iconic shape. Swiss chocolate transformed into golden triangles, ready for the world.